I, I, I just, I can't believe it. Just can't believe it. He did it. He did it. He basically did it. He did it to show he could do whatever he wants. He did it to show dominance. He did it to show it doesn't matter what any of us want. He did it for ego. He did it to show how small we are. He did it. He did it to tell all full Whovians off. But he didn't need to do it. He didn't need to do it. Some of us was his biggest supporters. Backed him when everybody else wasn't. And he did it. He did it. I can't believe he did it. I just cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I supported him so much. I went against everyone protecting him. Oh my God. He would tell Marty stuff, and then I would do videos about it, and then he would say the completely different thing to the interviews. And still, I was hesitant, and I'm like, are we getting manipulated? Are we being used? And then we're battling each other, or Whovians are battling each other. And I'm sticking up for him, like, yeah, no, Russell is. And I said, he liked all my stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, but I really don't think that the next doctor should be female, and he wants to do that, and he doesn't care, And then we had the Real Whovians cast that when it was, when it had the BAFTAs, and I invited 2 people to it that were not members. I invited Dan, and I invited Brendan from Sensphere, Type 14 Sensphere, and then Connor and Louie, and they're like, Marty was in there. It's gonna be Billy Piper. It's gonna be Billy Piper. And I'm like, no, can't be. Don't do this. If he did this, it would be the biggest fuck you to fans. It isn't about ratings. It isn't about. He doesn't give a shit. If this was the last appearance of Doctor Who ever, this would be an ego trip where he would do something to piss off every single Doctor Who fan and say, go fuck yourselves, Whovians, you bastards. And I supported him all the time. I was his biggest supporter. And don't do this. Don't do this. Don't make Billy Piper the Doctor, because that was the love of his life. You're gonna ruin everything. If the Doctor takes the face of his greatest love, you're gonna fuck shit up. I will be done. This is worse than the Timeless Child. I cannot. I said it. I said I will be done. And then I noticed he didn't like my tweets about other stuff. Not my tweets, my Instagram thing. And I'm like, oh, he knows I'm mad, because, like, I don't want that. I don't want that. And he did it. He did it. He did it. He did it. Billy Piper's the 16th Doctor. And it's the one thing I didn't want to get credit for. I mean, we did do the Real Whovians cast showing that, you know, she's probably going to be the doctor, and I didn't want to believe it. And I'm like, no, no, no. And even my enemies, Tartar Zone, went on and said, there's no way that Billy Piper's the 16th Doctor. Yeah, bro, good luck with that. Now you're the biggest liar and grifter in existence because you just made yourself look like an idiot. But besides that little war, because there's not going to be a war anymore because there's not going to be Doctor Who anymore. It's irrelevant now. There is no war now because we're done. It's done. Now it's done. Now you're done. Now you jumped a million sharks. You jumped a million sharks. You jumped a million sharks. And you didn't even have Susan in it. The guy was wrong. No fucking tree. We planted this. What kind of bullshit was that? Why the fuck? That's another thing. Why the fuck did he need to regenerate? For what? To throw it into the universe for what? What to do what with that? To do what? How did you explain bi-generation? That wasn't the Ronnie? That's the way they have children, bi-generating? That Ronnie is really the daughter of the Ronnie? Like, what the fuck are you trying to say? That's how they have kids? That they're really them? Then you would have a million fucking doctors all over the place then. So is the 15th Doctor the child of the Doctor now? And then that daughter is a granddaughter? Like, what the fuck is that? So is that the child of the 14th Doctor, and then his child is the granddaughter that becomes Susan? Like, what the fuck is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? You didn't explain a fucking thing about bi-generation, and they're all sterile? Well, Jesus, Russell, he's not a fucking Time Lord. He's not even from this universe, you idiot. So how the fuck is he sterile then? That makes no fucking sense either. He's not even a fucking Gallifreyan, right? According to the Titan's child, he's not, right? So how the fuck is he sterile? I loved it that Jodie Whittaker. I'm sorry, Keith. I loved it that Jodie Whittaker returned. I did. And it's not her fault. But I said it on the Real Whovians cast from my source that he took her out to dinner and he says, we want you back in Doctor Who. Will you say yes? And she said yes. I said that and I covered that on the Real Whovians cast. So there's no surprise there. She appeared. And I was right. She was going to come back. I knew she was going to come back. Just like we covered Joe Martin's Doctor coming back. I knew she was going to come back. And unfortunately, we covered the Billy Piper thing, and I don't want it to be true, while Connor and everybody's on the cast saying, she's the Doctor. And I'm like, all right, well, here's the cast. So in other words, she really wasn't the daughter of the Doctor. She was the daughter of Belinda and that gamer. This was a stunt. This was a stunt. My pressure is through the roof. Through the fucking roof. Through the roof. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's not over by ratings. It's not over by cancellation. It's not over that Disney dumped Doctor Who. It's not over that Russell quit or this one. No, it's over because Russell made Billy Piper the Doctor. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's fucking over. It's over. It's completely over. Something that has been a part of my life since I was in kindergarten. Kindergarten. And I said, as much as like breathing, eating, sleeping, Doctor Who has always been a part of my life since I was a child. I was bullied over Doctor Who. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. There's only one way they could fix this, and that is just like Romana not happy with the face, that the doctor changes the face while within a certain hours of the regeneration and becomes someone else. Yeah, I need a drink. I need alcohol. I do. After this, yes. We need a drink. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't speak for everybody, but I think me and Noel would 100% agree that this is the worst fucking thing that could possibly happen. This is the worst fucking thing that could possibly happen. This is the worst thing. This is the worst thing. This is the worst fucking thing. That part of me is dead now. That part of me is dead. I said it. I said that would be the thing that would end it for me. I can never watch it again. I said it. I said it. You broke me completely. You broke me completely. You broke me, Russell. And you broke a lot of Whovians. You broke every Whovian. You broke every Whovian. You broke every Whovian there is. Don't care anymore. Don't care anymore. I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'm going to take all the TARDISes, I'm going to put them in a box and put them in the closet. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to punish the TARDIS because of what's going on. You broke me. So we're done. We're done. Okay. No more. Why? We're done. It's over, guys. It's over. I'm Mr. Positive. I'm Mr. Motivational. I write books to motivate people. I'm like, oh, Russell, have faith. He's going to do the right thing. Have faith. He's not gonna tell fans go fuck themselves. He's not gonna. And he didn't. Russell T. Davis told Matrix Lord 2 and 2, go fuck yourself, Matrix Lord 2 and 2. Fuck off to everybody. What a shame. It was rushed. The whole thing was rushed. Nothing made sense. He should have never left. And now he's gone, Chewie. What a waste. And they put the fucking Daleks in there. Motherfucker. Just so that way they wouldn't fucking lose the rights. Motherfucker. They put the Daleks in there. Just so that way the Daleks could say they appeared in the fucking episode. So now they don't have to worry. This year. Fucking Daleks appeared. Shit. Yeah, Moffat needed to know the script because his characters were part of the fucking main part of the story. You want to come in, nerd? Connor? It's over. It's over. You killed it. You fucking killed it, you son of a bitch. You fucking killed it, you son of a bitch. You fucking killed it. You killed it. You fucking killed it. You fucking killed it.
I would hold your horses because I'm just reading through the press conference, the press release now. There is definitely a reason as to why it's Billie Piper. And I don't actually think that she is the Doctor. My guess is that it's Bad Wolf.
What do you mean?
Or the moment, because I think that I saw a really good theory on Twitter saying that maybe because he basically pushed the energy into the time vortex, into the console, that it chose the last face that controlled that energy. And that's going right back to series 1 with the end of Eccleston's. So I think that the reason why it's Billie Piper is because he put all the energy into the console. I genuinely think that she might only stay around for a series because I think that it might be part of the storyline. She could be like Eccleston and a one and done. I don't think that she's going to be long term. No.
She's definitely the Doctor, though.
She is a version of the Doctor. But she might not be the 16th. Is I guess a better way of putting it.
How could she not be the 16th?
Well, think about, like, we've had the War Doctor, we've had the Fugitive Doctor, we've had all these we've had the Meta-Crisis Doctor. I think that she might end up just taking on a name rather than one of the
Bad Wolf Doctor,
like a Bad Wolf Doctor or something like that. Yeah.
Actually, Connor, I think we just cracked something there.
I'm
Bad Wolf
too.
Yeah.
I'm confused too because would they did that how they explain bi-generation and that's how they have kids?
To be honest, the whole thing with kids, I didn't. That bit just went right over my head.
So is the Ronnie that came from the Ronnie actually the Ronnie's kid with her memories? Is that what they're trying to say? Because that would say that would mean that the 14th Doctor is the 14th Doctor and the 15th Doctor is only the child.
And that means Billie Piper's the child of the Doctor again.
That would mean that the 15th Doctor is not the 15th Doctor, that the 15th Doctor is the child of the Doctor with the Doctor's memories.
Well, so does that mean that those rumors that Tennant's back are true?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
And they just didn't want him to be the 16th Doctor, but they needed to have the regeneration. Is 14 going to team up with Billie Piper, and that's how they're going to bring the show's popularity back?
Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. I thought for a second that Jodie was going to stay when she.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I got to tell you, I'm sorry. I love that Jodie was there.
Did anyone else find that really, really fucking sad that Shooty died? It just felt that was probably the most a regeneration made me feel something.
He didn't need to regenerate.
It was just too quick. It was just too quick.
Too quick. It was too quick.
It's like this is the first time he felt like the Doctor. The last 3 weeks, he finally felt like a really good Doctor.
And he's gone already.
And then he's just dead.
I think the good thing about it leaking was that we were able to prepare for it rather than.
Yeah, but the whole thing was bullshit about the tree and him going to see Susan again, and that's all bullshit. We planted a tree. That's all bullshit.
I agree with you. I think that in a way he did get shafted. Like he's a better Doctor. He's a better Doctor than people made out. I never had a problem with him.
So what is the story now? Because now that we know that he regenerated, did he get fired?
No, he left. He put out a statement. Basically saying he quit.
Just now?
Yeah, there was 3 statements. So RTD put out a statement, Billy Piper put out a statement, and Shooty put out a statement.
Just now?
About when did the episode end? About 45 minutes ago, probably.
Could you read it?
I can read what was written. Yeah, just give me a moment to find it. But it's definitely not all. What I can tell you now without reading it word for word is that basically RTD and Billy Piper confirmed that it's not all that it seems. Like there is a reason why it's her.
But he said that about Tennant as 14, and he never explained it.
Is it going to be like Romana, where Romana, like the doctor's like, you can't take that phase, and then Romana took another phase, and then a Romana. So because she's a female, the doctor's a female now, he could change the phase while within certain hours of the regeneration.
The only problem with it though is that the big leak said the reason they picked Billy Piper was so that they could not continue the show and have it be a big tie-in. So if all the leaks are right, surely it's right that the show's getting canned.
Then it's canned.
Right.
Surely they're only why would you pick her when you know it would cause a reaction like this? I don't know. I don't understand.
You would pick her because this isn't about ratings. This isn't about anything. Russell's a child, and Russell wanted to tell everyone to go fuck themselves.
I just don't see how...
He wanted to tell everyone to go fuck themselves because nobody wanted Billy Piper as a doctor. Nobody.
The only thing I can see is, like we said, Connor, she's going to be called the Bad Wolf Doctor, meaning Bad Wolf will make specials with her over the years. That's it.
It's over. It's over. It's over now. It's over.
I mean, I will agree with you. It's an absolutely fucking mental choice that they've done that. He did that for spite. This is like when Tennant and Tate were announced as coming back. It was like, okay, fair enough. But like this is just like
he did it for
spite. Weird. It's weird.
He did it for spite.
What point's he trying to prove though?
No, he did prove a point. He proved that he could do whatever the fuck he wants. Nobody can tell him anything. No one can tell me. No one is the boss of Russell T. Davies. And if a million people are telling him no Billy Piper, he's going to do it because he wants to.
So I restarted the show and I'm going to end it basically the way I want to end it. Yeah.
Do you know what's really interesting is that there's a Netflix event tonight, a live event from Brazil, where they preview all the upcoming shows. And Wednesday, season 2 is going to be previewed there. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Billy Piper is going to be a part of that. So I wonder if there might be a few kind of questions asked about
just such weird wording in the press release. They said Billy Piper is in the TARDIS, but who, what, when, where? It's just such weird wording.
Yes, I found the 3 statements. I'll read Gatwar's first. So Gatwar says, when you get cast, at some point you are going to have to hand back that sonic screwdriver, and it's all going to come to an end. But nothing quite prepares you for it. The journey has been one that I will never forget. In a world that will be part of me forever. There are no words to describe what it feels like to be cast as the Doctor. Nor are there any words to explain what it's like to be accepted into this iconic role that has existed for over 60 years and is truly loved by so many across the globe. The fans are truly the final character and beating heart of the show, and I can't thank the Whouniverse and the Whovians enough for welcoming me in and making this such a touching experience. I've loved every minute of it, and now this is the time to hand over the keys to that beloved blue box and let someone else take control and enjoy every bit as much as I
You didn't
have.
say her.
I'll truly miss it and forever be grateful to it and everyone that has played a part in my journey as the Doctor. Then RTD said, "What a Doctor. Thank you, Shooty." As his final words say, "This has been an absolute joy." And the team in Cardiff and everyone who has worked on the show for the past few years are so lucky to have been part of Shooty's great adventures as he shoots off to stratospheric new heights. Basically means he's off to Hollywood. And then Billy Piper, RTD then said, Billy once changed the whole of television back in 2005, and now she's done it again. It's an honour and a hoot to welcome her back to the TARDIS, but quite how and why and who is yet to be told. After 62 years, the Doctor's adventures are only just beginning. And then Billy said, it's no secret how much I've loved the show, and as always, I've always said I would love to return to the Whooniverse, as I have made some of my best memories there. So to be given the opportunity to step back onto the TARDIS one more time was just something I couldn't refuse. But who, how, why, and when, you'll just have to wait and see. I reckon she might only be the Doctor for a couple of episodes. I can see them doing 3 specials again, like they did
with David Tennant.
Yeah, and it's her.
Isn't it weird that her and David Tennant are both the current Doctors?
Yeah,
It's so weird. Do you reckon he's just trying to give them permanent jobs in Big Finish? So he's canned the show and whacked her as the new Doctor so that she has permanent work over at Big Finish with David Tennant?
It's definitely a choice. She's not the worst. I think that she is a better actress than Jodie, personally. So
Yeah,
I think
she would be a better Doctor than Jodie.
She's probably going to be a better Doctor than Jodie, especially as a female.
It's just so weird.
So
you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see what's going on.
You could say now that Russell wrote for Capaldi because he was in Fires of Pompeii, and now you could say he wrote for Jodie.
Yeah,
and everybody. He did
Not Matt Smith, and Sarah Jane. Oh wait, he did Sarah Jane, didn't he? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I must admit, like, Doctor Who is fucking weird at times, but I've never sat through a more bizarre episode in my entire life.
I do not understand it at all.
If you didn't read the leaks or talk about them like we did and sort of know what this was, and you were just a regular fan at home, like, say, my grandparents, you would be like, what the fuck are we watching?
I've been watching Doctor Who since I was 5, and I don't understand this episode.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, but are they trying to say that bi-generation is not necessarily another incarnation of the person, but a child of the person? Because again, Miss Flood is like, I'm gonna go back to being a Ronnie. Bye. Like she's not even us insubordinate. She's just a Ronnie again.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I didn't understand the whole thing with the kids and like, is Poppy even his? Like,
no, it's not.
No, it never was.
I just don't understand it all.
The reveal the whole season was that Belinda was trying to get home because Poppy was babysat.
Because she had a daughter at home.
Yeah.
But she never mentioned that in the fucking TARDIS. I don't remember saying Poppy ever.
The way he wrote it was as if that happened the whole time. He just cut the dialogue out. It's so weird.
It was like a wavy. Time got changed a little bit.
It's like, no, but it was the Doctor knew the whole time. The audience, just didn't have see the conversation because they cut. It was weird.
No, it wasn't. He didn't know the whole time because he's like, who the fuck is Poppy? And so did she. So you're saying that was it all the time, that she was the daughter?
Well, that's what the flashback showed, was every episode they were talking about Poppy. We just didn't see it as the audience.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It was so weird. Weird. I kind of like the twist, but I don't know.
Well, what was that thing in the nightclub with them fucking partying? What was that?
I think
that was the original ending.
That was the original ending.
Before he regenerated.
And I think that Disney Plus did that on purpose to make us think.
Joe, the leaks must have been right.
He reshot that in February. Then that whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
That
must have been right. The leaks about the reshoots with him regenerating.
That's why it looks like shit, like hodgepodge.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, the
doesn't make
last
any
scene they filmed, if you watched the behind the scenes, was the scene
But it
with
makes
him
no
giving
sense
the
why he
speech.
had to regenerate. Why the fuck did he have to shoot the regeneration energy into the TARDIS? Why did he have to shoot into space? Like, what? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, it's this whole thing about like time had shifted a degree or whatever, wasn't it? Like,
What's that?
was that even resolved? I don't fucking know.
No.
I can't tell you what happened the last hour.
Why does Ruby get treated awfully by everyone?
Yeah.
Like, the Doctor doesn't even acknowledge Ruby. He just ignores her most of the time. It's
Yeah,
so weird.
I wish Mel would have punched fucking Ronnie in the face. They had a little interaction, but that sucked.
I tell you what, like, no offense to Bonnie Langford, but with curly hair like that, it wasn't flattering. She should have
just
just
did it
left
because she looked like that. That's why in the past. That's why.
Yeah, it was odd. It like she
just-
didn't even have that when.
I mean, I'm sorry. Did he
He was
just?
putting the bins out.
Is it me or did he just try to have a crossover with Stranger Things? Because he's like, oh, some people call it the Underverse, some people call it the Upside Down. What are you fucking talking about? That's the Stranger Things.
It was supposed to be a version of hell.
But he connected it to Stranger Things, like that, like Stranger Things is real.
Was I the only one when I was watching it, when it was revealed that Poppy disappeared? Was I the only one thinking that Ruby was actually the one making the wishes? And I was like,
Well,
oh, wait a minute, this makes sense.
They said that she's unexplained how she fucking has this ability. And
Because you see how they were ignoring her.
She doesn't.
Well, you see how they were ignoring her and she was getting upset, right? I thought, okay, she's actually wished Poppy away, and that's why Poppy's not there, and she doesn't realize that she's the one with the power to wish. You know, I thought it would have made more sense. But no, it was just sort of Ruby's nothing.
You know what I thought? You know what I thought? I thought she was getting mad that the Doctor was close with Belinda because of a child, and yeah, she's the reason why Poppy disappeared because of Ruby.
And that's what I thought. She was the god of wishes.
Because she's a god or something.
I wonder if that was the original ending and then they changed it.
I don't understand any of it. So now the Ronnie, they were both the Ronnie, and the old Ronnie just acted like a servant because that's who she's supposed to become. But then
I think it's like a tree, Joe. I think it's just like a, you know, when you have a tree, right, and you cut a bit of the branch off and you regrow another tree. I think that's what
Ronnie, Mrs. Flood didn't need to like be like a servant.
Do you know what?
No, I think it was weird. It was weird.
Bad Wolf.
But that's like the fourth. What?
Bad Wolf 66 brings up a good point there. You know, when he woke up in the other world with Belinda, I genuinely thought that at that point Missy was going to appear.
I thought he's in another universe.
It was weird. Like, I liked Jodie rocking up. It was just weird because why the 13th Doctor?
Yeah, why not Tennant?
I'm happy she was in it, man. And I knew
I liked
she was
it, but I'm just saying it was so random.
Listen, we said it. He took her out to dinner, said, you know, in some point in time in the future, we don't know when, could you return to the Doctor? She said yes. I knew she was coming. I just didn't know exactly when, because I knew she was going to return as the Doctor. And that's great that she came back with Shooty. But then it goes to show, like, she knew stuff as a doctor that other doctors didn't, because he didn't even know. He's like, how did you know that? Like, you're before me. And she's like, oh, I don't know. Like, meaning like a timey-wimey thing. Like, do you regenerate into yourself again? And you become 13th Doctor again? Like, what?
So, Joe, out of 10, what do you give it?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Because
I'd give the overall episode a 5 because it started off. The first half an hour was great. I thought.
I was into it. Yeah,
I'm gonna give it an 8.
And I was like,
I'm gonna give it. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna give it an 8, but I'm not gonna go against the episode because I don't like the regeneration. But I'm gonna give it.
Give it a 7.
I'm gonna give it an 8. But I just
also, I've never said this about a show before, but if they got rid of the whole CGI budget for Doctor Who, the show would not be hurt by it.
They're mainly just in the unit tower the whole episode.
Yeah, I'm sick to death of every villain now just being.
I don't understand why regeneration energy is the answer to everything now.
Well, yeah, that and the Sonic.
I don't understand that. Like, oh, only a Time Lord could fix this with regeneration energy. And then she's like, oh, we're sterile. But you're not a fucking Time Lord, asshole. You're fucking adopted from another universe.
The Doctors are regenerating way too quickly these days. Like, we're just churning through Doctor numbers, aren't we?
I don't even know why. It's just so, you know what?
It took 30 years to get 8 Doctors originally, and now we've burned through what? Another
I'm
8?
sorry, Connor, but something is wrong. Because he, on Graham Norton, said he was going to do season 3. And was it because of Disney halted it that he's like, I'm out?
I think he's been told to say that to keep the secret. Because if you remember, Eccleston into Tennant was supposed to be a secret, but it got leaked by the press.
No, he never said he was going to return for another season, ever. He never said he was coming back for another season. Christopher Eccleston never said he was. He never said he was
Eccleston didn't really get a chance to say that. Like, he didn't go on to any...
No, they did. He met with the Queen. He said, no, I'm leaving. So you always knew he was going to leave.
I guess we're not getting the belly up.
Did that meeting with the Queen not happen after it was leaked to the press? Because it was leaked to the press before Rose.
And he said no to her. He said no to the fucking Queen.
Like, it was, I think it was like the week before Rose even aired that it was basically leaked that he was leaving. But I don't think he was sacked. I think he genuinely left.
I don't. Let me tell you something. He was gun ho about doing season 3, and then they cut his message, and then something changed.
The only thing I will say is that maybe he knew he would. Maybe he didn't decide to leave until it was slightly too late, and then they had to go back and reshoot the end.
I mean, thank you, Shooty, for reshooting the end so we can get a regeneration, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm not happy he left.
More than Colin Baker did.
I'm not happy. I'm not fucking happy he left. Not happy.
I'm not necessarily happy that he left either. We could have got another series out.
This is a mistake. This is a mistake. He should have never left. This just doesn't make any sense.
I think he's now the second. He's like the second to. It's the second doc. I don't really know how to say this, but he is like Eccleston's got the least episodes of a Doctor. I think he's now got like the second least.
Well, he broke the goddamn thing about there having to be 3-season Doctor.
Yeah, he broke the 3-season rule. Yeah,
it's over. That shit's over now. Now you could have a season Doctor. You could have a couple episode Doctor. I mean, it's just.
That's what.
How the fuck does that work out now with David Tennant still being the Doctor? Because the Ronnie Miss Flood basically proved that she's not a fucking. She just was acting like a servant to the Ronnie, but she's really the Ronnie too. So like, the 14th Doctor was acting all stupid, like crying and shit, and I can't part with the TARDIS, but he's still the Doctor too. Like, what the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? How did he explain bi-generation? How did he explain it, Russell? He didn't explain it.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the episode because I didn't catch it. If he did, I really didn't.
But you're saying then that the bi-generation is how they have kids.
It's just
that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
It's fucking stupid. It really is. I thought the whole thing with the kids.
Connor, I'm done. I'm done, man.
A lot of people are. I've spoken to about 5 or 6 people tonight that have said that they're done with the show.
Look, man. I held on with the Timeless Child. First Doctor is William Hartnell. I'm sorry.
I don't think RTD understands how many people are going to turn off now. Because it's ridiculous. You can't bring Tennant and Billy Piper back like that.
Listen, here's the thing. I said that if Billy Piper's the Doctor, I'm out, and I'm out. And I don't
think a showrunner should ever give away when they're desperate for viewers. And I think in 3 years, RTD has done that twice.
It's irrelevant. I'm not going to be one of those Whovians that are going to have a campaign, kill Doctor Who. I'm done. There will be no more. I will not talk about it. This is the last Real Whovians cast. I'm sorry. This is the final one.
Wow. Well, I
We're
mean, we're not
not
going to have
having
any Doctor Who to talk about for probably like a year,
No,
unless Billy
well,
Piper shot a very
if
secret
Doctor Who
Christmas
is talked
special.
about from me, it will be on the Everything Show, I guess. But this is the final episode of the Real Whovians cast. It doesn't. Everything is irrelevant to whether Matrix Lords are right or wrong because I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm done now. I'm done. You destroyed something within me that's been a part of me since I was 5. It's done.
I am wondering when the next episode is going to be, because there's not been any announcement of a Christmas special yet, or an intention of a Christmas special to even happen. Maybe it's going to be next Easter. Like,
I honestly, no. You know what? Not for nothing. I bet you they were filming with her in private the Christmas special. Like, I honestly think I still believe there's a Christmas special, and that will tie up loose ends. But I just, I can't fathom her as the Doctor running around with a sonic screwdriver and having a.
Maybe,
what are you gonna have a
maybe
male
she'll only be
companion?
around for one Christmas special, which is a bit stupid, but
I just.
It's left a sour taste in my mouth as well, Joel.
So who's the companion? Martha Jones? She's gonna grab Martha Jones?
she might be on her own, or she might meet someone along the way. You know?
No. She'll go back and get Mickey, won't she?
Yeah. Good luck having him on the show.
No, but I know what I mean though.
That ain't happening.
I agree with you. I agree with you though, Joe. Something must have happened behind the scenes because we're all gearing up for Shuri to come back for a 3rd series, and then it's just like gone wasted. No Susan in the finale. I thought when he woke up.
What was the purpose of that? What was the purpose of mentioning her? They just fucking. You're fucking. I can't even fucking believe you, bro. I can't even believe you, bro.
Literally, when he woke up from the dream state, I thought the dream state was gonna be fucking Susan waiting for him, and not with Poppy, and say,
"This is even worse than the worse than the time of the child." We don't know what the fuck is happening.
Then now it makes sense why Jodie turned up, because he was getting regenerated into a woman.
It's kind of tying in the fact that maybe Shooty's the cause for her going back and choosing an old face because he said bi-generation, and maybe I don't know. But then she had information he didn't. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. Well, Bad Wolf Boy gaming. Billy Pye was also the moment weapon from the Time War.
How did the fucking thing get in the TARDIS? How did they put that device in the TARDIS? Who put that in the TARDIS?
Are we going to go down the route that Billy Piper's the Valeyard now because she's the moment weapon?
I don't know what the fuck she is.
No, this is.
Wait a minute. She broke the 4th wall, and she's talking to us. Hello.
She didn't break. I don't think she broke the 4th wall, did she?
Yeah,
she didn't look directly into the camera.
No,
she said hello.
Yeah, she said hello, but she didn't look directly into the camera.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I'll have to go back and watch it to see.
I don't even care.
So why are we going back to it's one thing going back to former faces, but going back to companion faces.
That's so twisted.
That's what I mean. It's like it makes sense to bring Tennant and Tate back, but to bring her back in that capacity is fucking ridiculous.
And if you notice, it looks like a big fuck you to Stephen Moffat and all that, because it's my companion that I brought back with Christopher Eccleston.
But then they kept saying, you know what they kept saying? They kept saying like, the gods do this, the gods do that. So you don't even know if there's a god running around fucking around.
You don't know if it's a toy maker still.
We don't know what the fuck's happening. Because this didn't solidify the end of the gods at all.
It would have been better just put it on hiatus.
Like it's done now. Now it's done. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if it comes back with a Christmas special. I'm out. I can't.
I was out when I first saw Jodie, and I thought, no, I'll give her a chance. But this is taking it to a new level.
I'll watch the spinoff because I like Unit and Kate, but I'm out. I'm done. This is the last Real Whovians cast. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I can't.
I think
Is
she
she-
looks really weird with the blonde hair. She should have left the
And,
ginger brown hair.
but if you notice as well, you know what else changed with her? Her clothes again.
Yeah. What was that?
Did they?
Yes, she
Yeah.
had a white leather jacket or something on.
Oh no. That is
Yeah,
such
like-
an awful look for a doctor. White leather jacket. Fuck that.
That's what. Maybe it's the bad wolf for the moment, though, said Mattia.
That's what I mean. I think like it's going to be something like the Bad Wolf for the moment.
Or
But
will
then
it
where
be?
is the where? First of all, it is the Doctor. You can't say it's not the
No,
Doctor.
it is the Doctor, but rather than being the 16th Doctor, an official incarnation.
But do you realize how stupid that is? That the 14 regenerates at 16? That makes no sense.
No.
I think that she won't be long term. I think is the ultimate takeaway. I think she might be on.
Where is David Tennant's Doctor?
No idea. I actually expected him to turn up at units.
No, when he said I can't. Well, you know what I thought when they're going back to Susan. When he said I can't do this alone, and he was looking at Joy, I thought he was going there to see Susan and regenerate in front of her.
Yep.
He
I
went
don't know
to
why
Joy. That's
that was weird.
That's so fucking stupid. Yeah, because she couldn't come back. That's why they tried to ask her to come back, and she couldn't come back.
But they're not mentioning Susan now. So she'll probably forget about Susan and all the fucking.
Dude, we're done. We're never gonna see Susan again. We're done. It's done.
Yeah, that's
Made
all that
no
was ever
sense.
mentioned.
Fine to me. For what?
Unless she becomes Billy Piper's companion, which would be kind of cool.
That's
I
stupid.
think.
That's
Is this what? And then she turns.
great job with your fucking contract putting the Daleks in there for a second, Russell.
So she's saying that he wanted to fight the Rani is his death sentence basically because
He
he's
never said
basically gone.
No, you never wanted to fight the Ronnie. You wanted to fight the Daleks, and they just changed it because it's a disgrace that he never had to fight the Daleks. What a fucking disgrace! What a disgrace! No Cybermen, no Daleks. What kind of shit is that? Nobody. For nobody.
We've seen time things that she's just a doctor like War and Fugitive. No number, just a title.
I mean, is that what they're saying? He's not the Doctor? That he's a child of the Doctor? Because I want to know. I want to know definitively. I want to know.
It is a very strange situation to kind of leave.
I want to know.
Like literally, everyone is just going to be throwing every bit of speculation at the wall for the next.
I don't think anybody's going to throw any speculation because I think we're done, all of us.
Did you notice that when it was going on the post credits, it said Johnny Wicker as the Doctor, but when it got to Billy Piper, it said and introducing Billy Piper, not as the Doctor or anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's making people also think that she's not really the Doctor.
So where's the Doctor then? Did he go somewhere else? Did time get altered? Is this a manifestation of the TARDIS?
Has Mrs. Blood done a trick on him? Or the Ronnie?
She's the Ronnie again. She's not Miss Blood anymore. I don't know. What a shame. I liked Belinda and I liked Ruby. We're never going to see them again. They're done.
So he went back for Poppy, and then this is the outcome. Mm-hmm.
And Anita was in love with the Doctor until she saw him with Rogue, and then she's like, I'm going to give up and go screw the fucking guy that cleans the rooms and have a kid. She got pregnant. That's what that was.
And then I'm sure he says, I love you to fucking Belinda.
Oh, yeah, that's the mother of your child, but then you can't kiss her because you're gay.
Yeah, and all the time he couldn't say anything about I loving a companion, and he says, "Oh, you don't ever say it to Yaz," but then he says it to Belinda. Like what the fuck?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Louis.
Hello. What were you all thinking? How are you all feeling?
Well,
this is the last Whovians cast period.
No, I'm sorry. I've literally just got off a bus because I saw you guys were on, so I thought I'd come and sail over. It was great. It was probably the best episode of the year.
This is the last Whovians cast.
Why? That was so much better than any episode we've had so far. That was brilliant. That was a great story. Why don't you like it? Because Billy Piper's a doctor. It was It's a lot better than having David Tennant back again.
No, it isn't.
It doesn't make sense of why we're going back to a companion's face, Louis.
Yeah, but it didn't make sense why David Tennant came back, but they did it.
No, it did make sense because they always said he could revisit old faces.
Because Tom
Yeah,
Baker
now
told
he's
us later.
now he's revisiting a new one.
No, we never had that face to begin with to revisit.
Romana did that when she took the princess's face. That was never her face. She saw him.
Well, maybe Billy Piper, that was a joke, and then they just had her as a stand-in, and then that she won't keep that face, and she'll be someone else.
I wouldn't be surprised if her moniker at the end of this is the Bad Wolf Doctor. I think it's definitely Bad Wolf.
They didn't call her the 16th, so I wouldn't worry too much.
No, we'll put it.
She's still the doctor. She's still the doctor. You could call her fucking Carpenter. It doesn't matter.
You haven't seen the next episode. You don't know what happens yet.
I don't care. I'm not gonna.
Okay, I think that was a great finale. I really enjoyed that. I'm sorry. I know you're not very happy, but that was brilliant. Omega was in it. He looked great.
It's done. It's over. They just, you know what? We don't explain things anymore now in Doctor Who. We just okay, whatever. That's it.
No,
she was always there. Poppy is just my daughter from the gamer guy that mistreated me.
See, Susan doesn't ever get told up again. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, if time has changed in the entire universe, let me just use regeneration energy to fix it. Sure.
Oh yeah, why the regeneration energy?
I don't know.
It seems like the Doctor's more reckless with regeneration energy than anything. He just seems like giving it away, doesn't he?
I don't even care anymore. I'm done. This is it. How many more shits are you gonna do that's gonna piss people off? It's over. If I talk about it, it's on the Everything Show, but I'm not.
Do you know what? As well, after watching your reaction video that you put up earlier, right after the episode, I actually believe you. I actually believe you're never going to watch an episode again.
No. I'm not even like I said with Joey Whittaker. We didn't understand it, but we kind of accepted it in the end. But this one just doesn't make sense.
I'm done. I almost give myself a heart attack with that fucking flipping out like that. My pressure went through the fucking roof.
But hang on. So 3 doctors after Jodie, we get another woman. Like what the fuck?
Yep.
And that declare never worked hardly, did it?
It was always going to happen because RTD always said he wanted to write for a female doctor.
We said that the next doctor was going to be female. We said it.
Yeah, we did.
You knew it.
He's written for 2 female doctors in 1 episode, essentially.
Yep.
And then we got more plot points in a fucking government court case.
I'm sorry, Connor. This is it.
No, I genuinely think, like, I agree with you. I think that after they left Unit Tower, it went to shit.
It did.
It was so bad after that point.
Literally when I had visions like we did of last season. Susan Twist turning out to be his granddaughter in another. I didn't like Lurani, but we had nothing.
We ain't getting Harry. That was
the highlight. The highlight of the episode, bizarrely, was Anita.
Yeah.
Again.
That was a nice surprise, but yeah,
she's great. She's got such companion energy. Like, I'm glad that she came back. I mean, the whole thing with the fucking time hotel didn't make any sense.
So I have a question now. You said that Russell put out a press release.
Yeah.
You said that Shooty put out a press release. You said that Billy Piper put out a press release. When is this thing where they have David Tennant introduce Billy Piper as the Doctor in this special 20th anniversary of Doctor Who, and Karen Gillan and Arthur Darwood just been added to it? Like, when are we? Like, what is going on?
It's next week, I think. I think it's next Saturday.
On where? On BBC?
It'll be. Do you get Doctor Who Unleashed on Disney Plus?
It's going to be on Disney Plus.
No, I'm asking. Do you get Doctor Who Unleashed on Disney Plus in the US? I don't know if.
No, I don't think so.
Right.
Oh, did we get where's the trailer? Did we get a trailer for the Warp Twin?
Yeah, it's up. It's been up since the end of the episode. Yeah.
We didn't get that on. They didn't put that on the Disney Plus thing.
Okay. The Sea Devils basically just look like fish people, like Avatar.
Did they show anything in the trailer that, like Martha Jones or
I
anything?
haven't actually watched the trailer. I've just seen the new Sea Devil design.
Let me just watch the trailer and you get my reaction.
Yeah, this is where we find out that when they're talking about the Doctor, they refer to him as E.
Hold on, let me just get the trailer and I'm gonna do a reaction.
All right.
Apparently, it's very good. Everyone that's watched it has said that it looks quite good. But
where is it?
It should be on YouTube.
This? All right, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, everybody be quiet for a minute. Everybody be quiet.
Will do.
What is that? What is that? Who the fuck is Barkley?
Well, that's weird. You see, I'm the Doctor Who Twitter
Barkley. Who the fuck is
know.
Barkley? That's not the Master. Who said he was the Master?
These
special effects look like it should per unit, I guess.
From what I understand of that show, is Russell Tovey's character Barkley falls in love with a Sea Devil.
You see that?
Basically, tries to get them to cohabitate with each other, which can only end in disaster, I'm sure.
And no doctor to help.
No. Well, this is where like I said, this is where we will find out that when they talk about the Doctor in there.
14th Doctor assist.
No, that's when we find out that Doctor they refer to as an E still, and then we're just like blowing it wide open because he's just regenerated. It's gonna be stupid, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm so done with Doctor Who because of what happened. I don't even want to watch this now.
Well, you put it this way. Even the Doctor Who trailer ain't giving much away. It just got spoilers. What's the moment we said goodbye to the 15th Doctor and LO2, and doesn't even say who Billy Piper is?
I gotta say that I need to make this statement. All right, so I used to be part of forums, Matrix Load 2 and 2. I had my channel since 2007, and my friends who do with people podcasting before me, wanted me to become a YouTuber and pushed me. Even wanted to pay for software and buy me stuff, and just they felt I would be phenomenal on YouTube, and they kept pushing, even though I didn't want to, and I was stage fright. And then I did it, and then that was my first thing is Doctor Who, and always Doctor Who on this channel. And then of course, after doing someone else's podcast on my own, we had times where Doctor Who was going to be off the air, and I created the Everything Show so that way the real Whovians could be talking about other stuff other than Doctor Who. And we've had other shows. We've had Horrorcast, Everything Show. But we had the Timeless Child that almost broke me. We had Rogue that almost broke me. That was the 2 strikes. And I said it was almost a strike for Jodie, but then I liked Jodie. And I said 3 strikes would probably be out. And I said that if Billy Piper is the Doctor, if I see Ncuti Gatwa regenerate into Billy Piper that I'm done with Doctor Who. And all this stuff to me, being right about things, being wrong about things, I don't want to, like we did the cast, and everybody's telling me she's the Doctor, and I had it in the title, and I don't want to believe it. And then, of course, like my enemies, like Tarzone, will say, oh, she's definitely not the Doctor. Well, no, you're always wrong anyway. So there's your liar and grifter, the Tarzone, saying that Billy Piper's not the Doctor. Anyway, I had to give that little dig just to show what a goddamn fucking liar the Tarzone has always been. But I'm gonna tell you, to me, it's meaningless that I was right about Jodie coming back. It's meaningless that anything I've been right or wrong with, I'm wrong and Shooty was gone. I'm wrong and he regenerated. And I really don't care if it's going to be on Disney Plus or whatever. Russell T. Davies had used us all to battle each other. He gave lies to the press. I look like an idiot. He told Marty stuff, and then I went live, and then he said something different to the press, and I knew something was up, and I felt used, and I got annoyed, and then Marty told me about Ring-a-Ding, and then Russell lied to the press and lied to Marty again, and I was wrong. And I sort of felt like we're all going to be used. It's going to be part of the storyline. You know, me and Noel battling each other, like him attacking me to get popular with Doctor Who and then trying to be the Whovian king. It's all irrelevant now because it's like, basically, I said it, Russell was using us. And the moment there was that thing that Billy Piper was going to be the Doctor, and I said, I'm against it, and I'm against the female Doctor, that's when whatever interaction I had with Russell in Instagram ended. He didn't like my stuff anymore, and I don't care. I don't care. But I said, if he makes Billy Piper the Doctor, if this was the last episode of Doctor Who ever, this would be him doing his last on his bucket list, telling the Whovians, go fuck yourself. I'm motherfucking Russell T. Davies, and I'm in charge, and I do what I want. And you know what? Russell T. Davies said, fuck you, Matrix Lord 212, and fuck you all. I'm doing what I want. And you know what? I'm out. We did not get Susan. It did not get resolved. What a wasted appearance. Nothing makes sense anymore. And we used to have fun trying to figure out and speculate. There's no point because there is always going to be now a magic wand. It's always going to never make sense, ever. And everything's always going to be resolved in the end. Oh, I'm just going to regenerate for no reason into space, and that's going to fix the timeline.
And Marity's still not been resolved.
I don't even care.
Yeah. But you know
so I'm going to tell you this. I do apologize to the Real Whovians. The Real Whovians members, we will live on and continue to cover other shows on my YouTube channel. We may even cover the War Between the Land and the Sea on the Everything Show. But this is the last episode of the Real Whovians cast. And it's fitting because the numbering is exactly the time around when I started my first video in 2011. So this is 2011. This is the final episode. And I do apologize to Ray, to Connor, to Louie, to everybody. I'm done. I almost gave myself a heart attack with the reveal.
I still can't believe it, man. It's like Russell basically said to us, I bought this show back. Without me, you wouldn't have it back. So I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. It
doesn't matter anymore whether I'm right or wrong, because I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I was broken, and I was his biggest supporter, and this is a mistake. And I said this was a mistake. I don't care what he tries to do. I don't care if he tries to make it like the Doctor is transported, or I don't. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I love Billie Piper as Rose Tyler and the Moment, but in Bad Wolf, and she is not the Doctor. And I'm sorry. I'm done. So that being said, thank you guys for all your support on my YouTube channel about me covering Doctor Who and me.
I don't think it's a
doing the
psyop,
Rowan skit.
Bad Wolf.
But on my channel, I'm done with Doctor Who. We're done. I'm done. So there will be no letters to the BBC. There will be no letters to Disney Plus. There will be no cancel Doctor Who. No, I'm done. And that's to me. That's it. You could see me gaming. You could see me talking about my other loves like Spider-Man and my books and everything else. But this was it. Strike three. You're out. You just regenerated into the love of your life. That's twisted. You didn't explain your daughter. You didn't explain your granddaughter. You didn't. The Time Lords are sterile. I mean, first of all, you. This is fucking ridiculous. Because the Kryptonians were sterile, but then for some reason they had Superman, and that was the point that none of them had children, and he's taking shit from everything and putting it in Doctor Who, and it doesn't make sense that he's sterile because he's not a Gallifreyan and he's not a Time Lord. He's from another universe, you're saying. So why would he be sterile? If he's not even, he was adopted by the Time Lords. He became a Time Lord, but he isn't like, if you're really establishing that he's from another universe, or now you're saying he's not from another universe, he is a Time Lord. I don't know what you're saying, but I'm done because there's no. You're just not explaining shit anymore. You're just gonna just say, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna reveal this now. The way I'm gonna stop the villain is I'm gonna take this water and I'm gonna throw the water on Omega because water could destroy antimatter. That's it." And that's how Omega is going to be defeated. Oh, only I can fix the timeline because I'm going to just shoot my regeneration energy into space for no reason. And I don't want to leave, but I'm going to leave. It makes no sense. None of it. You destroyed the new TARDIS console because of the regeneration energy. You said the lights are going out. Everything's like, I don't understand. No, I'm sorry.
Makes sense.
I'm sorry. I'm a writer too, and he's written some beautiful shit. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know why he's just not explaining shit. I don't know why. Is he getting older? I don't know, because he's older than me, right? So if he's older, then that means I can't write at a certain amount of age, because then I'm going to have to put out shit too. I don't know if it's the age. I don't know. It's whatever. But you lost me. I'm sorry. I lost faith in you 100%, Russell. You did the wrong thing, bro. You did the wrong thing, and you just lost one of your biggest supporters. I'm done. You took something that was part of my life since I was 5, and it's over. It's over now. It's over. I'm done. I can't no more. No more. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, Ray.
He's all right, bro.
Check out Ray on Paranormal Ripples.
Yeah, good. Joe's going to come on now. He might as well.
No, I need to go for a walk. I need to calm down.
No, I'm not tonight. I mean,
yeah, I will. I need to take a walk, and I need to
clear your head.
I just no more Real Whovians cast. No more. I need the Real Whovians will exist on the Everything Show, but we're not.
No,
that's it. We're done. I'm done with the Real Whovians cast. This is the final episode of the Real Whovians cast. Never thought I would say that, and I never thought I would cancel the Real Whovians cast, but this is it. We can't have a Real Whovians cast if I'm no longer going to be a Whovian. It's over. And now I'm going to say the line that I was going to say when I die, but I'm going to say it. I'm alive. I'm going to say it. It's the end. But the moment has been prepared for. So there are many aspects of my life. Gaming, books, Matrix Lord of all sci-fi, and all
paranormal.
entertainment. So I will do what I always do, but you just will not see Doctor Who. God help us.
This weekend has been a shit show.
God help us. Thank you, Ray.
You're welcome, Bo.
Ray is the final person on this cast with me. It's over.
The
last time I'm ever going to say it on the Real Whovians cast, because the Real Whovians cast is done and canceled because I canceled it. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.